right on time for you as a viewer. Hello and welcome once again for the edition of Temidlalo, where we want to ensure that you get all the latest updates on what's happening in the kingdom. Otherwise, to you wherever you're at home and to those who are out of the country, we do hope that you did have a lovely weekend. Otherwise, it's going to be a very convincing show, because we touched down on all aspects, be it taekwondo, where there was a next generation event over the weekend. We touched on TZD, one of the top athletics clubs in the country, with their invitation down there in the Republic of South Africa, in KZN, in Durban to be specific, where we'll also go on and also talk about the performance of the team on its own, and then also go on and talk about the national team, having, of course, clinched their second game against Namibia. What are the hopes? What are the preparations for the game tomorrow? We won't get into that, but we'll just give you a moment so that you can enjoy that 2-1 victory against Namibia, where a highlight packaged will be delivered to you live here on Eswatini TV. I won't waste much time. He's in the house.
Sibalo ngiyabonga ukungivusela ihlelo lakho nge-34 kalukhulu angivusele wona emalwel viewers ekhaya ihlelo leli lingena ngomsonduko kuyabanza kakhulu sibonene lichwa emakhada ehla sethemba nje ukuthi leli hlelo leli litawuletha kufuthumala kubabukeli noma umbukeli wayo eSwatini TV luhlelo Temidlalo.
Now, let's begin with the athletics TZD. Like I highlighted, the club, one of the local athletics club down there in the Republic of South Africa, in Durban, where they were taking part of a special invitation, where they were, competing with other people. Master, just to bring you to the story, when we get such invitations, because even so, in the past couple of months, we've seen clubs now getting invitation, especially in some of the biggest races in South Africa. Eswatini, Master, ekuleni kwemathuba live.
Licembu le-TZD Fabrice lingilamanye lamacembu leli tsanza kuvele kungenela imncintiswano noma imicubzelwano libanga lelitse bebaye khona ke eThekwini eNingizimu Afrika eDurban lapho khona bebaungenela imarathon, half marathon nangasho njalo 10 kilometers. Beliphumile ke lelicembu liphume cishe belihambile nama athletes alo noma netingijimi letibe ticishe tigcwale ibhasi nangingabekisa ngaloko lokusho ukuthi nje bekuyinvo levelele enkulu kubo ukuthi bangahamba bayikhona even naseNingizimu Afrika lokukhulu kakhulu ukuthi bafuna ukubona ukuthi bakusiphi isimo balicembu, njengoba ngishilo ngathi licembu lelithanza kakhulu kungenela lemicuthelwano libanga lelitse lokusho ukuthi imarathon bathanza kuyingenela. Labanye nje babo bebayile even na comrades marathon labanye babo bebayile even nakuleya seJozi. So uyabona vele ukuthi kani futhi lophinze ahole lona licembu le-TZD uphinze bengimengameli wenhlangano imidlalo amatubana lapha event. So ngicabanga ukuthi kunenge leti imvo lebafike batifunze nabasayile kubomakhelwane kubuka ukuthi in fact akusiko lokugijima kuphela, ku-organizer nje i-race, kubuka mama kings, kubuka professionalism, kubuka even ma cooling points, ma water points, ma water points lapho konda uthola igonge emanti nabo banana tonke uyafunza president Zakhele. So ngicabanga ukuthi akusiko nje ukuthi bebaye bayoshaya umoya khona le eKwaZulu Natal.
What an event it was indeed. What an exposure to some of local athletes. It means a lot to the association, to the sport, and to those athletes who took part of. Now, let's just listen to the president, Zakhele Dlamini, who is the president of the club, and on top of that, he's the president of the athletics in the country. What does he think about this idea and what he gained in the club as they were in Durban for the marathon?
So for us, sibuya khona kangwane kuta ku competition lefana nale where le route I flat and where khona nale tikhatsi tonke ti according to World Athletics. Ngicabanga ukuthi kungasita kakhulu kubona ukuthi sesikuphi nekuthi how do we improve from this, ngoba lotela nje nakangenela lenye competition letako eJozi nyalo ngaSeptember again utafika khona ukutigeja ukuthi wenda kanjani uya improve noma uya drop.
Zakhele Dlamini, the Eswatini Athletic Association, sorry for that glitch of technology. You know how things sometimes are, Master. Let's talk about athletics. That's the president. He is delivering a message saying that it has a lot to say, it has a lot to mean when it comes to the athletes. Now, when you talk about being internationally, Master, Taekwondo, Association, one of the top associations in the country in terms of doing well internationally, it's Taekwondo. Now, when you talk about next generation now, as one of the clubs under Taekwondo, they had a big event over the weekend, and you were there. What figure concern?
Ukhuluma nge-event lenkulu kakhulu Fabrice, ngicabanga ukuthi ngilamanye lawa lekumele ukuthi singemaswati sicale sithathe sibe serious ngayo i-tournament yayo i-Next Generation Academy licembu lemidlalo we-taekwondo lelaqala kubamba lo mncintiswano lo we-taekwondo ngomnyaka wa-2019 2020 laseliyema. Lo mcuzelwano lona ke Fabrice ufaka emave cishe onke esifundza lesingentasi nelivekati le-Afrika emidlalo we-taekwondo kuto tonke tigaba kulabancane kuye kulabasemkhatsini nalaba cishe singathi sebakhulile ngithi ufaka nje onke emave langentasi nesifundza se-Afrika ngaphandle kwelive lase-Namibia. iNamibia isanza kucala i-taekwondo kungako yona ayikho la because isaceka kakhulu kusamele ukuthi bona labale eNamibia bakhona kulungisa. Kodwa Fabrice ngicabanga njengoba ngisho ukuthi yona i-next taekwondo kunengilele kwenta kahle. Yes, la itindzaba te-technology because lokhu labagqokako Fabrice kusebenta kakhulu nge-technology on the day noma ngalilanga la beyima kakhulu emidlalo imiswa ukuthi sekuphumile lokusho ukuthi umshayile noma awamshayi. Ngicabanga ukuthi even na international kuyenteka kuma Olympics sikubonile kuyenteka vele i-taekwondo ngalokuthi sebafuna kuyimixa kuleli zinga lelo ukuthi vele konke sale kuba i-technology. Kodwa Fabrice ngiyathokoza umoya wami uyajabula nangibuka indlela i-Next Generation Academy le hosta ngayo le tournament le dinombolo ke kulomnyaka tenyukile Fabrice tibe ngi520 labe ba registered before le tournament le. So last year last year because bekhona last year beti ngaphasi kwa 500 kuyakutshengisa ukuthi ikhula kanganani le tournament every year nekuthi ke akagcine ukuthi kube nemave la ngentasi kwesifundza selivekati le-Afrika kube nema athletes la chamuka even na 7 laseNgilandi. Ngicabanga ukuthi leyo yinto lenkulu kakhulu ngako ngithi until sine maswati sithathe le mvo lena si understand ukuthi inkulu kanganani lalaba chamuka lengisha kutilwandle bayithatha etulu kanganani nathi sidabe sesiyakhona kuyi-recognize.
You mentioned all the way from England. These are some of the pictures of those artists rather, since Taekwondo they call them artists. You know, GBR, Great Britain. So it means a lot, Master. So in my mind, but now when you mention countries like you know, England coming, shows it's Champions League taekwondo. Champions League taekwondo.
Ungayisho ukuthi iKosafa yaka taekwondo. Ngalo sinayo iKosafa iba nayo ama guest esikhathi lesinengi. Yes. Yesababona mbo last year iSenegal ifika. La Fabrice njengoba ngisho ukuthi kuchamuka lamaqembu la iLesotho nje belese inqumbi yema artists labadlala yona le taekwondo. Inqumbi bebachamuka eLesotho ngaphandle kwala Eswatini. Evela seNingizimu Afrika bebakhona, Mozambique bebakhona, Lesotho, Botswana bebakhona, bonke betile la and nale level uyabona ukuthi le ndlela labashayana ngayo uyabona ukuthi tsinela ngendasi nesifundza seAfrika the technique lengasho ukuthi le ndlela khahlela noma indlela lekudlala ngayo iTaekwondo uyayibona ukuthi iyehlukile kakhulu kunalala amanye mave. But nasobuka ucomparison nala mave like bo England bona sebakhombisa lokuthi baciceshekile banendlela yekushaya abamanje bashaya ukuthi bona bashaya ngalokuthi banele talent. Yes, the tactic ikhona thina sinale technique but tactically superior kunathi.
Next one. Let's hear some of the reactions from the athletes and those who were part of the event of this next generation. What do they have to say, especially to support what Master just revealed to us?
Well, so far kusahamba kahle. My team, they turned up in their numbers. Cishe liningi lalaba registered bakhona lamuhla la. So siyajabula kakhulu ngaloko. Ema games asaqalile njengoba senike nabona ngekhathi. So far kuhamba kahle. We are seeing good performances from athletes both from the country and also labo labaqhamuka emaveni lazivakashela to supporta lamuhla la. So cishe siyajabula ngesupport lesiyitholile kubomakhelwane and kuyasithembisa lokuthi impela i-taekwondo kule isigodi Southern Africa itawuqhubeka iyembili. Kusho ukuthi emavela akhona ngidathi onke ema-member national associations la under COSATA le ku-Confederation of Southern African Taekwondo. So kukhona eLesotho, kukhona eMozambique, kukhona eZambia, kune-Malawi, kune-South Africa, kune-Botswana, kune-Zimbabwe. And then sesinalabanye ke labaqhamuka ngaphandle kwala Southern Africa, sine-team leqhamuka e-United Kingdom le-USX Taekwondo ilethe ema-athletes lamathafu la ku-national team la part of the British Taekwondo national team setup. Munye wabo sesimbonile adlala awina, sisebheke kubona laba lababili labanye ukuthi bona batawu-performa kanjani. Cishe onke ema-team ethe amakhulu ngidawuthi kumbe lenkulu kunawo onke i-Millennium Taekwondo yaseLesotho lethe nema-athletes lathi akafike emashumini lasithupha. Kumqoka kakhulu kithi kuba khona kwe-team leqhamuka eNgilandi kule competition lesesiyirana umnyaka wesithathu unyalo lekhomba ukuthi ngeminyaka iyakhula kuqhamuka kwalaba qhamuka ngaphandle kusitshela ukuthi short le tournament ikhula mbamba sesicala kufola i-recognition from emavela ngesheya kwetilwandle. Kuba khona kwabula sita ukuthi sibone ukuthi bona le ngesheya laba khona ngabe timvo batenda njani, sibabonile ba-producer ma-world champions, ma-Olympic champions. So kuba khona kwabulana is a very big thing for us and siyethemba ukuthi aba-inspirisha labamfana laba lesinabo lapha kangwane ukuthi nabo bafise kudlala bafike kulesigaba lapho kunalabamfana lesibabona abaqhamuka eNgilandi la.
Great. The people have just been fantastic. The welcome that we've had, that we've received has been great. We've run a couple of 3 training camps over the last few days and everybody has just been so gracious and so welcoming. It's awesome. Really good.
Awesome.
Team doing so far, we're really good. Lily's obviously just got through her first match. We've got 2 others that are going to be fighting shortly. Hopefully we can replicate that and progress through the tournament. But the same, we're here to sort of like practice new things. It's like the two of the fighters that we've got, we've moved, well, all 3 actually, we've moved them up into sort of like older age classes just to give them a bit more of a run out there. Okay, so like Lily just fought in seniors, she's actually a junior. We've got Ben, who's also going to be fighting in seniors, and he's actually a junior. And we've got Paige, who's a cadet, who's going to be fighting in juniors. So we're trying to sort of give them a hard task because the guys here are strong. I mean, like the girl that Lily's just fought, she was a strong girl, okay? Lily maybe technically had the game, but the other girl was strong, and that's what we want, is to put our girls and boys up against tough opponents, and you've got some tough opponents. The blue card, basically, it's my chance as a coach if I see a shot, because obviously electronics they're very great. I mean, you kick it to the body is all covered in electronics. The trouble is, the face isn't covered in electronics. So if you get a hit to the face, the electronics can't pick it up. So that's one of the places that actually for a coach, you can actually put the card up and say there was a face shot, and you probably saw me say face shot, 3 points. So that's basically Lily's foot made contact with the face, not the head guard, so the system didn't register it, but we can still ask for those 3 points to be given. And then Lily is quite good to the face, so hence the reason the card was going up quite regularly, unfortunately. For the team, it's, as I said, we've pushed all of them up into weight categories that they're not normally used to fighting in. So that's going to stretch them. And I know the guys here are strong. I think in Eswatini, with regards to and I say Eswatini because that's where we are, but I know there's countries that have all come in. They're quite what we would term as sort of like old school taekwondo, very strong, very hard, and that's how the game is going back. So it's nice to come out to a country where they are fighting like that, and it gives these guys that experience of, right, well, how do people come in? If they're coming in 2-3 kicks, we've got to get our movement good. We've got to get our headshots, picking the points, making sure they score. So that's really, but certainly for Lily, we've really started to change her game. So this is where we're coming to really try. Outside of the UK, so nobody can see, So we're here. We can just get on and do it. They might see it on video later, but we'll see.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
No problem at all, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
It went pretty well. I was practicing new things that I've been learning in training, and yeah, I fought quite well.
You fought quite well. How do you find the environment here? How do you find Eswatini?
Oh, I love it. It's such a nice country, and having the little kids cheer you on is so amazing. It's just overwhelming. It's definitely a new experience for me.
Awesome. We were watching your game on the other end, and there was problems with the technology. Did that affect your game?
Not really. It happens. So you kind of just got to focus and carry on.
All right. What are your aspirations overall in the tournament? How do you want to do?
Well, I'm just hoping to successfully execute the things I've been practicing in training. So yeah, that's all I really care about.
All right.
This tournament.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, quite impressive. What an interview, especially those two, the coach from Wessex Taekwondo in the United Kingdom and then the athlete. It's big, Master. Now I see what you're saying. As far as you care to be part of a regional tournament, it shows in terms of where we are as a country, and we are growing as a country when it comes to taekwondo, because the coach also went on to highlight how now as a country we're using the old system of fighting in taekwondo, which is technically one of the best that keeps you strong. So keep it up as Taekwondo Association in the country. We do hope that there's more to come for those who want to join the sport. Now, moving on, there is another sporting code that is so much close to his heart, that is cricket. He took a chance over the weekend and visited a game where there was also a relegation from Division A to Division B. Master, wafika wakanzani?
Fabrice imidlalo yekhilikithi lapha eveni bekuphetha imidlalo ye-league ku-A division. I-A division siyakhumbula ukuthi inhlangano lengamele yona umdlalo wekhilikithi lapha ekhaya Eswatini Cricket Association eminyakeni lophelile yahlukanisa lama divisions lang-2, lokusho ukuthi kwataba ne-A division ne-B division, lokusho ukuthi sekutaba nema-teams lehlela ka-B division nangadlali kahle ka-A division, ka-B division inalata wenyuka ayika A division. So kulembela somvu bekuphetha-ke imidlalo yaka-A division ku season 1, because bona banema seasons lang-2, season 1 na season 2 ngeminyaka, then ima games onke lawo aka-A division. So kulembela somvu le bekuphetha lawo games lawo bese ke Fabrice nakubukwa, because le midlalo yabo le kusentshentiswa le i-round robin, lokusho ukuthi i-point system nangayibeka kanjalo, niyadlala bese sekubukwa labantu abanemaphuzu lamaningi kakhulu kunanonke, bese kuba ngibo laba winako. Kuthiteke nasekubuka ke noma nasekuhlanganiswa lamaphuzu awo onke lamaqembu langaphasi kwayo eSwatini Cricket Association, kwakhanzakala ukuthi iPark 11 ngibo bo champion again, ngoba eminyakeni lophelile ke Fabrice kule season yokuqala iMalkens yayiwina, season yesibili yayiwina iPark 11. Nyalo ke i-season 1 iwinile futhi iPark 11, asathi ku-season number 2 ukuthi itawina ngibani, kodwa nemaqembu labese ehlela esigabeni se-B division mabili, kube imbabane 11 naba nje labafake ngipink yes noma ngipink
yeah, this one who is celebrating.
Yes laba nje behlile laba bayeka B division balambabane imbabane 11 basebenzisa ema all horse kakhulu, balambabane yona imbabane 11 kanye nemagevin behlile ke bona shothi bawudlala ku B division kule mnyaka lotako wayo ikhilikithi, kodwa nema individual awards kube sekuhlonyeliswa ke badlali labende kahle kuyo lo mnyaka ku season 1 wayo ikhilikithi, lakhanzakala khona ukuthi software umdlalo weqembu lemathanda cishe udlale wagqama kunabo bonke badlali, kanzi futhi ngaphandle kokuthi adlale agqame nje kunabo bonke uphinzi wakhethwa njengemdlali lobe i-best batsman lokusho ukuthi naba laba phatha lendvuku yekudlala yona lo mdlalo wekhilikithi nguye lo dlalo wacama incaptain lona welicembu layo iPark 11 lophinza abe but sibongo sakho akaBhat lophinze bekaba ngicaptain nje nabayodlala khona eNingizimu Africa kule tournament lebeyikhona about 2 months ago runners up ayo le league yaka A division kube iMalkens lengitsite mine last year bayiwina leqala vele uyabona lo sicishe kulo A division iMalkens iPark 11 but Park 11 at the moment isabonakala ingetulu kunawo onke.
Beautiful stuff. Now I had to let him have his moment. You talk about cricket, it's a very sporting code that he's very passionate about, so I knew that he would want to give you all the details. Now, having given you all the details, because he was there, there was also some reaction from those teams and players and the association as well on how the day was indeed.
Yeah, this is a proud moment for you, any team to winning trophy to hand in hand. So I have to be dedicated this performance and all winnings for my team, Park 11 and all sports staff.
Overall, how was the league? How was the tournament? Was it competitive? Was it easy to get this trophy?
No, it's a tough combination. So first of all, there are thanks for ECA for the good effort for provide us you see the ground staff. They have to always work hours to make something for the hard competition all over. So thanks.
Okay, yeah, you seem to be playing good in Eswatini as Park 11. Do you think giving the opportunity maybe to play outside against South African team, you think you could do good?
Yeah, because we are used to play here, so we are unfortunately we don't have the trophy card. But what we have here, we always trying to avoid for the bad habits. We try our best, so get that level to at least to competition.
Okay, with Park 11 team, how many are you guys? Do you also have juniors in your team, small boys that are growing up to continue with the Park 11 team?
Yeah, we have a guys more than 18 to 20 guys. We have junior 4 to 5 guys. So we have the head coach, we have a manager, so all over. So we always look after what we need. So they provide us, they take care. So that's why the Park 11 always the champions and their sportsman spirit, their everything they are around. This is the answer for all over.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again.
Yeah, first personally is I feel good. Then we are playing good. Also, we are ourselves also betting good also, and the bowling also good. So I'll make happy my team also. Then myself also I'm going to be happy. So playing well.
Division A overall, how was it? How was the competition?
Competition is good. The E divisions, which all the team they're playing good. With Park 11s and Matata, they pay well, so deserve finals.
Okay, moving into the next season, you being an MVP, do you think you will carry on?
Yeah, I continue carry on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Siyabonga kakhulu namhlanje besicethile imidlalo yethu yaka A division nyalo lo kuselecta bekusele imidlalo yaka B division ngithanda nje kuhalalisa kakhulu emacembini la hamba embili lokho iPark 11 lebe number 1 nelicembu laseMalkens lilandzele sengasho ukuthi awu ababencisi kulabo lababili lasekugcineni lasebasadliwe ingemba njengoba besishido sebayodlala ka B division but ke kubuka imidlalo lendlela lehambe ngayo i-level beyisetulu kakhulu iphakeme kakhulu naba badlali lakhathi bamelele live sithi tena sibabuka kule midlalo yaka A division ezibachubeka babonakalisa vele lokuthi i-level yabona seyisetulu kwelidlula kulaba labanye so thina si-association kusijabulisa kakhulu lokho ngoba siyabona lokuthi le level iphakama kakhulu.
A quite interesting story because as an association cricket, they seem to be growing slowly and surely they are getting to the level where they want to be. Now, moving on, I want us to focus on the national team, Sihlang Seminigati, and later on look at the game against Namibia, how things unfolded. But, Master, you've got 10 seconds. You want to highlight something?
No, kude Fabrice Lunganani kucela nje esiveni sonke semaswati ukuthi siyacela nama sports la njengabo cricket siyacela siwasupporteni ingani ngoba ngishiso yini le tournament labe bayidlala noma le league ayisiko sponsored kodwa buka ukuthi ibe successful kanganani without sponsorship, so siyacela kubo bonke lababukelako nalihlelo nali basupporte onke ama sports lafana nabo cricket.
I can see the passion in his eyes. The passion in his eyes when he's talking about this story. It is true, because if you want the sports to grow, they need to be all of them, sponsored. Now, moving on, national team Sihlangu Semnigati, they are now on the verge of probably, if things do go accordingly, qualify for the next round. Master, before we get into the game against tomorrow and we'll get a chance to watch the highlights, what's been your view? Was it a surprise to you to see Sakwana Kushaye in Namibia?
Yeah, nawubuka kule ndlela lesadlala ngayo ku first game against yona iBotswana ngicabanga ukuthi igame eNamibia bancane bamvu lithemba lebelikhona kodwa ke ngathi nangibuka lama changes laba forced kuwenda yena umceceshi noma lapho celeleka ukuthi awenda umceceshi walo likhetho lesive Dominic isikhali bekangekho kule game lena inqamiso goalkeeper bekangekho basazama kumtreata yena Sihlangu esikhali sorry ngicabanga ukuthi labadlali lababe sebangena ukukhuluma abo Tiger bangena badlala kahle Philane wangena wadlala kahle and nawubuka abadlali yes Philane nabo Mxolisi ubuka futhi nabadlali abanjengabo Owe ngicabanga ukuthi umfana lona noma ngumdlali because ngiyam respect umloku national team akasumfana ngumdlali lona lo
future igahle
kakhulu and uyabona le ndlela la fighter ngayo nakagcoke ijezi le national team ukuthi ulwa kanganani dimvo ke leto noma ingqomvo mentality lekumele ukuthi bonke abadlali nabagcoke ijezi le national team bahambe banako bathi ukuthi akusesiwe nje ukuthi ngiyodlalela licembu lami lapha ingako ngithi kule mdlalo we Namibia wonke umuntu bekati waya kulomdlalo lo atitshelile ukuthi ufuna lweni singakhohlwa phela ukuthi bese kuphela umnyaka wonke elikhetho lesivile lingalitholi igoli so kuthola emagoli lamabili against Namibia kube imvo lenkulu kakhulu esiveni samaswati.
Now, a lot was said, over 360 days, good that goalie, the coach. Are you offensive? Are you defensive? And that's Bugarama rankings. Namibia is quite actually well positioned compared to Botswana. So a lot was said. Now, if you didn't get a chance to watch the game and you want also to see how things unfolded on the day, including the young man he just mentioned, but he's not young because he's not the national team, or Matsebura, seeing the goals and everything, this is your chance for you to watch what unfolded between Sihlangu Semnigati and Namibia. Until we meet again on Thursday, where we'll focus fully on the Sihlangu national team, where we'll talk about their game against Botswana, South Africa, and Namibia. But for now, this is where we end it. Master, this.
Ngiyabonga Fabrice ngibonga kakhulu yena umbukelo Eswatini TV.
They have it. Get a chance for the next 30 minutes and look at what unfolded between Eswatini and Namibia. There's still hope for the team to qualify for the next stage.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's go get rich from that dying old We need to keep an eye on Beatrice and Dick. They're trying to take our money.
What is it that Dan used to say?
If you're scared of dying, don't be afraid to live.
No one's born bad. Like anything, it takes practice.
What's all the commotion? There's a robbery across the street.
What?
I am Puss in Boots.
What's up, Puss in Boots?
He is me.
Frank has built something truly special. What he's created out here, it's a different way, a better way.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
Group A's, Namibia and Eswatini continue. The second rounds scramble for places at the Queen's Eswatini Stadium in the 2023 Hollywood Best Casafa Cup.
I was thinking about the situation of Eswatini. Like, the situation is so dire that it has to be a win. Because a draw, I don't think will be good enough going forward. You can see already Bafana Bafana is one, and if Namibia wins, it means they'll both be on 4 points, and that puts Swaziland out. Even if they win their last game, it means that that's not going to count much.
Panel they come, led by the refereeing team of Paulo Sergio of Angola, as well as Caesar Dangamanda of Lesotho and Tembo Bandamali of Malawi, the fourth official Hilary Hambamba of Zambia. Well, both these nations will know how crucial the opening goal in this match could be. If Eswatini do get it, they may put a whole lot of pressure on Namibia, which is what the side that may be seen as the underdogs will be hoping for here. They are in the white, Eswatini, and under a tremendous amount of pressure as the only side so far not to have found the back of the net in this group. For the Namibians, well, there'll be expectation on them coming into this match, especially coming into this particular encounter where they need to win to keep the pressure on the sides that are battling at the top of the group, the likes of Botswana and South Africa. That expectation will come with a fair bit of pressure. So let's have a look at their starting 11 then. Starting off here with the Namibians, and of course the goal scorer in the last match was Kambindu. They have made a couple of changes here, with Amutenya coming in to partner him up front, and they'll look to the likes of Papama to have a good showing in the middle of the park, Shongwe.
That middle of the park for me is where they seem to be dominated. They're playing with 5, obviously 3 at the back, and Petrus, who moves more like a wing back, including Absalom on the right inside of the attack. But it's the dominance of Papama and company that has been able to suffocate their opposition, that they don't create enough chances against them.
Changes have come through the Eswatini team, all with a effort to be more attacking coming to mind here. Mamba coming into the defensive areas along with Msiribi, not forgetting Mabisa Elaway, the number 14 on his back in central midfield. Lamini also will come in to add to what's going forward then as a box-to-box midfielder, whilst Tom Konto adds to the attack out wide on the right.
Konto, of course, that is Mko, has also been robbed a little bit further forward, where he played slightly behind Nzinisa, the top striker, after the injury of Nzinisa. So that for me will be a determining factor whether Eswatini does go. Yes, a lot of changes made.
The officials whom we touched on just a few moments ago will be looking to have just as good a showing as both of these nations. And looking at their history, in the 3 encounters in the COSAFA Cup, each has won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1. So it's dead even here. And the hope for not only Colin Benjamin in your picture will be to get the win that gives them the advantage in the head-to-head stats, but that hope will remain true for Dominic Gunen and the Eswatini coach as well. The likes of Dynamo in midfield will be looking to have a good showing here for the Namibians, their captain. And, all about goals here for Eswatini. Score goals, try and ensure that Zamini is well protected and doesn't have to pick the ball out of the back of his net at all here possible today. What's going on to pick up an important 3 points that could, if Eswatini get it, make things rather interesting in this group. It's Eswatini to get this game underway, attacking the goal to the left of your picture, whilst Namibia will attack the goal to the right. There you have it then, opening exchanges will be crucial here in getting the upper hand between these two sides.
contact the right back also is that other that didn't make it. So Msibi makes it in. Fresh legs, and hopefully he'll have the energy to push a little bit forward with overlapping runs to try and increase the momentum going forward.
Twala with the early ball forward will get the throw in here on this near side.
The other change, of course, is Waka Twala, who's been robbed a little bit further back into his normal right fullback or left fullback position.
Here is Twala.
Incredible energy that he has going forward. And because of his ability, he's got many talents. He can come up with a build-up play, can carry the ball. So the coach dropped him a little bit further forward, sometimes in the center of the midfield, so that he brings a little bit more creativity. But today, the coach decided to go back to your original position, which is where I think he makes a lot of difference, because he has these opportunities to run the line.
Well, early exchanges, yes. Eswatini confidently holding on to it. Amber, the man on it. He playing in the heart of defense alongside Silanga.
The other change in defense, obviously, with that poor showing of the central two from Green Mamba, maybe the coach decided otherwise.
Nice touches then by Papa Man, able to just keep it moving. As Namibia now look to find a rhythm of their own. There's Papa Man wearing the number 15. You can't miss him with his hairstyle. Sitting just in front of the back four.
Robert Losep is one of them. Mohammed is the other.
Now that looks like a ball here with Eswatini looking to take their first real chance. Oh, but the match then, good work defensively. The movement was absolutely top-notch then. Quality ball in for Bongwa, who was close to us defensively, need to be said.
Yeah, Matibula playing as a wide, taking left midfielder. Produces a little bit of magic, and we're hoping that will continue to be the case, of course.
Now, ball come off the frame of the goal, then right straight from the corner, very nearly snuck in. You can see the keeper desperately looking to work his way backwards and towards that near post to cover. That will go down as a definite chance for Eswatini. Got the set piece as well here. Building a bit of momentum.
Indeed. In fact, if anything, this is how they played. A bit more transition, but it's all about balls played forward and try and increase the numbers in that taking off. Something that hasn't quite happened. Something where they failed. Honestly, for me, it hasn't come alive.
Now, that's the ball over the top, and they come to life now. That's for a heavy touch favoring Dlamini then. Was wise to what was going on around him then. That means with Dlamini. Touch coming from Kabindu was a little heavy, looking for his second goal of the tournament.
From what I've picked up about Dlamini in goals for Sikang is that he reads the game very well. He's always on the ready.
Now, good 1-2.
Weight of the pass, and the angle, of course, was a little bit wider.
Will more than beat that with his efforts here today. Don't think even he would have expected to start or be involved in this game as early as a substitution game. The only sub of the game so far, coming in this first half. So, set piece to Eswatini here. Could be into score. Get the head up. Distance proved to be a bit of a problem and made it easy for Edward to come across and pick that up.
That's another service. Brilliant by Edward. Almost a similar service that he provided.
So, throw-in taken here. Whilst the crowd is through their pitch trying to keep things lively, those are in the stands. And we found a nice little backdrop of noise for us to enjoy here while the game continues. Those out in the field struggle to create chances. foul for the challenge from behind on Gambindo.
Well, it's the weekend. Why not travel to Etequini, where the climate is a little bit warmer? This is some of the fans from the Kingdom of Eswatini that has just arrived.
Would be a great time, of course, to make the travel down to Etequini to enjoy the football. So we're still having a good contingent of support as well. Malawi also had a great support base in their game earlier on in the week.
Well, it looks like Amotenya would like to take a chance of his own this time around.
Well, it's a stunning free kick. Keeper takes a step to the right. He beats him to the bottom left corner. As Namibia take the lead here with just over 10 remaining in the first half.
From a nothing situation. But it'll be important to see just the position of the goalkeeper. The way he gets beat, for me, he was a little to his right, and that's where his wall was. It'll be interesting to see just how much of the left of his goals did he cover. Oh, listen, it was well taken. Yeah, he was way out. He actually stood right behind his wall. You can't do that. You put the wall and then you move to the other side to give yourself a chance. I mean, it was way open for a direct shot. That's exactly what happened. It's a great goal, nonetheless.
Well, there you have it. It's Absalom, the goal scorer here in your picture. And the first real attack of Mendes from Namibia, coming from the dead pool, sees them on to score here. But that's what you're looking for, the equalizer. One of those, it's like deflection.
You can play for the longest you can, but you still got to be able to score goals. As long as you don't go, you allow the opposition to eventually get the better of you. There they are, still,
well, at the end
still
of
believing.
At the end of the group stages, should it not work out for Eswatini, we are putting William Chonga with that group on the way back home to Eswatini. I'll push on my own in as far as the semi-finals and so on. You'll have some work to do. Go explain what happened here in German back home, William.
By the way, come next weekend, the legends of Eswatini have decided to put together a football indaba, just to see what could be the way forward. There's lots of concern in so many different spheres about the game of football in the country. People are concerned. That's why they thought maybe the legends would be a part of that and see what do they have in mind. And unfortunately, I won't be able to attend because I'll still be with you here.
Now, could be problems here, but for Dlamini being decisive inside that box, the keeper came out in a flash and dealt with the danger. Namibia opening it up quite nicely here. Space, time, and looking to create some space to play it into. They've done so beautifully. Ball across! Dlamini gathers.
Need to go forward.
I'll tell you what, Sean. The traveling bunch of fans here, whom we know now for sure, are behind Eswatini and have come from Eswatini, have done a stunning job, even with all that's working against Eswatini in the smash when we get at the scoreline. Now, could be a chance here! Oh, deflected! 1-1! Smashed the power, took a slight touch, wrong foot to the keeper. And Eswatini gets an equalizer before the half-time break.
Listen, this team hasn't scored a goal in about 6-7 games. You've got to understand what this means. They have been starved of the celebration of this nature for the longest at national level. See Pumacha, the midfielder, delivers beautifully. Yes, might have taken a deflection, but it's a shot towards goal. Very encouraging. 1-0.
That was a nice touch. Only had one thought in mind, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, tell you who has been rewarded. That traveling group of fans that have been so great in getting behind Eswatini. Have got the perfect reward here in what's a good equalizing goal. And wow, maybe I look for a quick response. Cooper came was way nearly in trouble then.
Yeah, a little bit late in coming out. And he was caught short, even if they used the advantage of his hands. I think Kampitu there might have gotten ahead of him.
Is a Kambindu. All after this ball was played in. I'm pretty sure it's Kambindu who was involved there from an attacking point of view. Looks as though he'll be A-OK here and able to continue with this game. So some of the VIPs watching on. Well, the equalizer goal from Eswatini certainly has brought the crowd alive even more here, and they could have more reason to celebrate! And Eswatini going to the lead! Route 1 stuff! Ball over the top! Chasing on then was Bongwa, and he's touched through the legs. Sees Eswatini grab the lead just before the halftime break. Pulling apart Namibia. In the moments before the halftime break, they have conceded a couple of goals here. Ubongo Matebula keeps his cool, showing great pace, and it all starts from the long ball here from Umamba. Gets the flick on, and well, Bonga had a lot to do from some way out and did that expertly in grabbing the lead for Eswatini. And my, how things have turned around rather quickly. Well, I do believe the hold-up here is because they are struggling with the apport then to effect the change. There you have it. Confirmation of the change. So, Temidlalo is included onto this game here. His first involvement in the COSAFA Cup. Well, there's a shot that's deflected, a follow-up shot. That purchase on it, but wasn't directed well enough. There's Namibia. Look to keep the pressure on here. A couple of players inside the starting 11, two of them in fact to be exact, that play for Tshwane Galaxy from a Namibian point of view. Now, hold up wide here. You are wondering why so much time at the end of the first half. For those just joining us, there was an injury to a keeper that kept things well moving along here. At the end of the first half, he had to eventually be substituted. Lamiso Dlamini, that being the Eswatini captain of the day. That's after Namibia had taken the lead, only for Eswatini to come back and score a couple of goals to grab the lead themselves after having level matters in the moments leading up to half-time. So, what a half it is for a side that's gone a good number of matches, a handful of matches, without finding the back of the net. Coming into this encounter, they scored two, coming from behind in the first half, and lead Namibia with a scoreline of 2-1. Well, what an ending to the first half drama in the last 10 or so minutes here, with Namibia scoring and then Eswatini coming from behind to not only equalize but take the lead as well. Well, it was slow going in the early stages. It got interesting later on, but Eswatini did hit the frame of the goal with that corner, and well, they were lucky then not to concede. The Namibians, they did have a man on the near post, but he is amongst the shortest, in fact the shortest out of that field is Papama. Now, keeper beaten by a well taken set piece then. As Absalom gave Namibia the lead. Just about 10 minutes remaining in the half then. Keeper took a step to his right. In the end it was costly. Beaten to the bottom corner. With one of the free kicks of the tournament thus far. Well, just what Namibia needed at the time to go into the lead then, and they would have thought, let's push on and continue to put Eswatini to the sword, and they did push on and did create moments. The ball across then, and Dlamini did well. But a positive for Namibia nonetheless then, as they look to stretch their lead at the time. The goal scorer, Absalom, it was with the ball across that just needed a touch. Now, Eswatini struggling for goals of late, found the goal. Tried to deflect it here, but hit with a lot of power. And it had the beating of Edward as Namibia found they couldn't keep Eswatini at bay. And Mate Ezu smashes this beyond the keeper, and that makes it 1-1. Well, not long afterwards, the long ball gets a flick on, and Bonga picks up the pieces here, gets it beyond the keeper, and, well, I don't know where. It's Eswatini that lead, the moments leading up to the halftime break, a lead to hold on to. But what an end to the first half for them. Flick on crucial, including the run here on this near side to anticipate the flick on. All too much for the Namibian defense in the end. Joy, absolute joy. They will know that chances of a semi-final berth may have disappeared with the lack of a result here today. The three best winners in as far as the three groups and the best second place finishers will go on through to the semi-finals. And, well, the winners in this encounter, not only the second round, with one more round of matches to go in Group A, are the men from Eswatini. They come from behind dramatically to beat Namibia in what is an entertaining game at the very least. The scoreline 2-1 in their favor. So, let's go back to the highlights. And the goals then. Out-taking goal this from Absalom. He got the better of the wall, got the better of the keeper. And Namibia were in business then. Well, just over 10 minutes to go until the end of the first half. They seemed to have everything in control with this goal in Namibia. And then the last 5 minutes of the first half is where it all went down. Eswatini looking for a way back. And Mate pick it up here. One thought in mind to have a crack. That's a slight deflection. And it's 1-1. That's in the last 5 minutes of the first half, keep in mind. They went on to lose their keeper Dlamini after this moment. And had to substitute him for Matabela before the end of the first half. Right after that, this flick on, chance on, goal for Bonga, and the lead very much on for Eswatini at the end of that first half. We'll start with a long ball here from Mamba, the flick on, and the anticipation was spot on. Out of nowhere. Couple of goals here within 5 minutes. And, well, the goal-scoring worries are a thing of the past for Dominique Bunene. He's Eswatini with the better numbers and shots on target, whilst the goal attempts may have favoured Namibia. Namibia have slightly more of the ball then, but those numbers very much in favour of Eswatini after a good struggle to get the lead.
Philip Green, the representative of Aquele, the water company, is here to do the presenting of the Player of the Match award. Please go and do the honor, sir. mkholo lonsundu netinyawo takhe wena kunene ndona inkosi I'm sure kujabulekile kakhulu after a long struggle getting a goal to start with, let alone winning a game. Well done.
Thank you very much. Ngiyabonga kakhulu lengacanda ukudumisa kakhulu ngicela ngibonga coach wami lokuthi anginike lethuba ngicabanga ukuthi kwesibili ngistarta for first 11 but ngikhombisa ngidlala kakhulu ngiyabonga.
Ngikuphi lokushintshile namhlanje njengoba ngisho ukuthi besele kumedima nje ngisho ukora goal. Angikhulumi ke ngekuwina umdlalo. Yini lokushintshile ukuthi lokunente nadlala ngalendlela?
Ngicabanga ukuthi sihleti phasi sayibuka lento sinabo coach i-preparation yayitolo bese inake kakhulu kuma offensive duties. Ngicabanga ukuthi ngiloko lokusitile kakhulu ukuthi coach nje usinike 3 kuma different tactics of attacking shothi ngicabanga ukuthi ngilako lokusebenzela.
Wena kunene siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi sibe nawe lana and good luck going forward.
Thank you very much.
The following is Benjamin, of course, the coach of Namibia. I don't even know where to start, coach, or how to ask this question. I would prefer you to tell us what went wrong.
Yeah, I think we got ourselves influenced. We got ourselves influenced by the play of Swaziland. They knew exactly what it is that they want. We're supposed to basically use our speed over the wings. We couldn't do that. We couldn't contain it. We went into the lead where we normally then have to keep that lead, but obviously concentration and a little bit of taking responsibility. We conceded that that equalizer, and shortly after that also basically around the same manner that we couldn't contain them or not taking responsibility. And I think it's something that we definitely have to work on when you have to do the thing, when you have to be present, when you have to be able to keep the ball and circulate the ball and put your authority on the game. Those crucial moments we missed, and Swaziland capitalized, and I congratulate them.
Another game to go, and hopefully you'll get it right with the last game.
Yeah, we definitely, I think it's something that we have to look at, where we're going to have to look at this generational change that has to probably start happening. We're going to get knocked. We got knocked today. We have to stand up. We have to wake up and prepare better. And I think 2-3 of the generation have to come through, and so we have to give them the time.
Coach, thank you very much for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
And coming up, of course, is the winning coach. I don't know when last did you have an interview like this where you were called a winning coach, Mr. Gunene. Congratulations.